I would say, I think going into it already, I at least was inspired by these two already breaking their own records. And it was like crazy going into it because Matt came up to us and he was like, here's the record, like, I think you all can do it.
Yeah.
And we were like, I was like, me and Claire were kind of nervous right before, but I really liked Maggie. You were like so confident going in, and it was really helpful because like we were in the warm-up pool and she was like, we're gonna get it. And you were like so right there with us, and it was just inspiring.
Yeah. I think because we were ahead by so many points, we kind of just said, you know what, like, let's just send it. Like, we'll just go for it, because normally when you do a relay, you're always like so nervous about DQing or false starting, or I don't even know, like one of us out touching someone else or whatever. But we just kind of were like, you know, we don't really have anything to lose. We're just going to try and do it. So I think that definitely helped us break the record in the end.
Yes. Yeah. I definitely, kind of going back to what you said, Katelyn, like, you guys were calm, and that helped me, because I was like warming up. I had just swam and I was warming down, and I was like, this relay, am I ready? And I think it was like really helpful just like looking to you guys, and like Maggie was just like, we got it, guys. Like, there's, you know, nothing holding us back at this point. So.
I also thought it was really helpful that it was a very last minute decision to like try and break the record. It wasn't something that we had been training for and thinking about all season. It was kind of just like, hey, want to break a record for fun? And we were like, okay, that sounds great. Just kind of helped take a lot of pressure off of it.
Yeah. Like, having Matt as a coach, he never really wants to focus on times. He kind of wants to focus on the little details that can then get you to break the times, because when you shoot this crazy time out there, it seems so like unachievable. But when you sit down and everyone works on their details, you can kind of realize, oh wait, we can break the record. So when we were sitting there right before we were about to swim, we actually didn't even know who was going to be on the relay until about 20 minutes before we did it. So we all just sat down and we're like, all right, let's just do it. Matt gave us the times. We're like, all right, we have nothing to lose. Let's just go try and do it. So I think that definitely helped. It was the last one, the last hurrah, and we're like, all right, let's go.
Crazy, because we didn't go into the meet with any expectation of winning. Like, I don't think anybody had even a thought that, oh my god, we could actually win this, until about the second day that we were there. And we were like pulling ahead a little bit, and it was just like, hey, there's a possibility that we might be able to do this.
Yeah.
That was very helpful.
Yeah, I think just from the beginning it was have fun. And we definitely, like, even once I think we all looked at the scoreboard and was like, oh, like, that's actually pretty cool. I think we still just had, like, the same goal in mind, which is, like, have fun and, like, love the swimming. And
no one even, like, mentioned the word win until, like, maybe the day before. I was, like, in my hotel room with my roommate, and I was like, what if we won? And she was like, girl, no way. Oh, shush. Like, we were all nervous, like, we didn't want to jinx it or something, but it was just, we always were just focusing on having fun and just, I don't know, being with our teammates and enjoying our time.
Yeah. Being on the team the 3 years since I've been on the team, because they had lost right before I came in, we never mentioned the word win. Like, never. It was never win anything. Like, it was always have fun and swim your race the way you plan to swim it. Don't talk about the times. We're just going to have fun. And then Saturday on the bus after prelims, Matt goes, I think you guys just won a championship, and the whole bus goes silent. We're like, oh, why'd you say that? Why'd you say that?
like straight face too.
No one budged. We did. No one clapped. No one budged. We're all like, you shouldn't have said that. But it ended up, that was the first time they mentioned the word win since I've been on the team.
I was just gonna say, in a way, Matt saying something about winning before we actually like had one kind of put my mind to rest, because I know he's a very logical person, and like in my mind I was thinking he wouldn't have said that unless he had done all the math, figured out exactly how many points each of us would score, and like it made me feel a lot more confident that like we probably would win, but I refused to say that we were winning until we had actually won.
Yes.
Oh.
Matt and Mitch. how we kept it loose. The night before, it was the night of finals on Saturday. He was like, let's all meet in the hotel lobby at, say, 1 p.m. And we were like, okay. And then we all get down there, and both of them weren't there. And we're sitting there like, where are they? And then they come down dressed in costume of the Ted Lasso characters from this TV show that we've been watching all season long. And like Mitch has this huge beard on, and Matt has like a mustache with the sunglasses, and he's like got a Believe thing on his shirt, and they're like doing the monologue from the show. And we were like, what is going on? And we were just having such a good time, just like laughing, and we weren't stressed about it. Like we all just
I
laughed.
believe and believe.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that any of us were super tense. That's definitely how they calmed us down and let us try to have fun. So
Yeah, I think it helped on the bus ride there. We binge watched like 6 episodes of Ted Lasso just all together, and I think like kind of being able to finish the season like right before we went to race was definitely like something that I thought was really awesome because I love the show. It's hilarious.
It's so funny.
I think like I touched the wall and I looked up and I said, wow, didn't feel like a 159, and I think like it kind of hit me afterwards, and I just felt really like excited to do something for the team like that because I think swimming for the team is such a big thing that you do in college and you don't really get that in club, and I really felt like this is like for the Richmond team, and like you guys have helped me so much, and I think like Matt and Mitch definitely are like always there for me in practice, pushing me to be better and like building my confidence, and I just felt like that was a really like unique experience to have for that. Yeah.
And I know personally, the one thing that was driving me was that one of the goals that Matt had for A-10s was to break a school record. And I know he pulled me aside at practice one day and he like pointed to the record board up there. He was like, I want you to break one of those first 2. Like the 50 free and the 100 free are the oldest records on that board. And he was like, I want you to break one of those. So it was kind of in my head since then that it's kind of something I wanted to do.
I remember watching both of them break the record, especially I was standing there. I was warming down during Medlin. Sorry, Medlin, but I did see it. But during Claire's, I was standing on the sidelines with like 6 of us, and we're all like jumping and screaming, and like she's going in for the finish, and it hits 159, and all of us like lost our minds. Maddie and I were like crying. Like it's just so amazing to watch because especially like you go into practice every day, and it's like business, like hardest worker, you're the best, and it was just amazing to see all the hard work just come together, and oh, I'm about to cry by now. It was so amazing. I loved it. It was so fun to watch.
yeah, going off of like what Claire said, swimming for a team is so much more fulfilling than swimming on a club team where you're kind of just doing it for yourself. And then when you can train with Claire and Medlin every single day, you can see their growth and their progress, and then when they end up breaking the school record, everyone goes nuts and everyone goes crazy, and it kind of feels like they did it for us and did it for the whole team, which is something that is honestly a great experience. You can't really find that in a lot of places. I think one thing that's super important is that when you're on a college team, everyone is just as driven and as motivated as you are. And the fact that our team went through the COVID year without no one ended up actually getting COVID just goes to show you how dedicated the girls that we train with are. So once you have that, everyone on the team is dedicated and motivated. It just makes it so much easier because everyone has the same goals, everyone has the same drive as you. So I think that that's definitely one thing that brought us together as a team, just from the start. But I don't know, what would you say another thing is?
I would say Matt and Mitch did a really good job of making sure that we still had that team bonding. Even like over the summer coming in, like I was a freshman, I had never met anybody, but like we had these, I think every week we had a Zoom coming in, and like the mood was always light on the Zooms, and like everyone was just having a good time, and like we had time to just chat with the team, stuff like that. And I don't know, like the COVID stuff we did really didn't feel like it impacted our bonding. Like even when we were like out on the football field for a lift and we're like 6 feet apart and it's like 6 a.m., 30 degrees, we're all still laughing and having a good time, and like it didn't affect it. Like COVID can't get us, like we were still there.
I think also just we were all kind of in the same boat with the uncertainties. So I feel like we were all kind of like, oh, it's not like Medlin's the only one that doesn't know what's going on. No, it's all of us. So I think we were kind of like able to build around that, just like not knowing what's next, but we were all together doing that. So
And I feel like in a way, the inability to like go out and like, I know a lot of the freshmen don't have the experience of like going out into Richmond and like experiencing things in the city, but I feel like in a way that kind of helped our team come together, because instead of like going out on the weekends and doing really fun stuff all apart from each other, instead we kind of just got together as a team, and I feel like that really built like, the whole team camaraderie thing. And even having meets that were virtual and just being together on the pool deck and cheering each other on and not having the distraction of other teams was also very helpful.
First, we definitely want to say thank you to all of our alumni and our family. Matt actually had our family and friends make a video and have them send it to us. So we received a video from our family and friends right before we swam, Wednesday night or maybe Thursday night, which was super, super special. We got cards and letters from our alumni. So we knew that we had people on our side and we knew we had people watching us, which was great. So we obviously just wanted to say thank you to them. But I think the thing that kind of stinks is that our parents didn't really get to see us swim once the whole year. I mean, they saw us online on a virtual meet, but I think that it kind of sucks. But they didn't really get to see our team culture and how much fun we were having and how great we're bonding with each other and how our coaches and our teammates are always just trying to have as much fun as we can. So I think that aside from everyone swam really, really well, I think that they missed seeing their children or their daughters have just the time of their lives with their friends. I know my parents definitely wish they had seen that.
They see it, it's like we watched the live stream, but the live stream's just on like the racing pool. It's like it doesn't show the warm down pool where everyone is like stopping every 2 seconds to cheer for every single heat, and it's like it doesn't really get the sidelines where everyone's like jumping up and down for like prelims every single race. It's just like the team culture. It can't be like caught on camera like that, but it was absolutely insane. It was the best meet, definitely the best meet energy I've ever felt.
yeah, I think like kind of going off the team culture, there was one time they showed the Richmond team in the stands cheering. It was like the first night. My dad had to rewind it and tape it, and he sent it to everyone. He's like, oh, they're up here cheering, like we got to see that. That was so cool. So I think like just agreeing with that, like kind of just like seeing the culture on the pool deck is something that, I think was missed.
That I was expecting it to be so quiet without any spectators there, but it really wasn't. Everybody was screaming their heads off. Even Liv Hutton, after she lost her voice on the first day, was screaming as loud as she possibly could. And it's just something that I did not expect, and it was very nice.